well. It is Sunday the 5th of October 2025. Welcome to Radio Saorsa. These headphones make me sound, I can hear my head reverberating inside it. Hold on, just make sure the mic's on. That's the most important thing. Yes, look, I can see the wee thing going up there. That means that the mic is working. Goody. Let's have a look to see who is in the YouTube chat. There's Bryce. Bryce is my most latest admin. You should have admin rights now, Bryce, because you're amazing, if I don't say so myself. And we've got Stephen Banker. We've got, as I say, Bryce. We've got Scottish Steve. Scottish Steve, listen, if you want to come up into the green room, if you want to come and chat on this, you're welcome to come and chat on this, mate. I'm sure you've got a lot to say. You just come into the Discord, go up to the green room, and you'll see Mo up there. And then when we have an opportunity, or when you want to, I'll just drop you down into the studio where the Mo Live is, and you can come and speak. You'd be more than welcome to, because you're one of us, aren't you? And there's Eddie, as well. There's a whole bunch of people in here tonight. That's great. Listen, if you are finding it difficult to actually do the typey bit, okay, that might be because you have just become what's it called? What just happened to my screen there? Oh, there we go. You've just come a subscriber. It takes 5 minutes for you before you can actually do anything chat-wise. Okay. If you've not subscribed, why not? Especially if you're indie folk. Okay, if you are indie folk, you should be subscribing. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Right, so what's happened in the past 24 hours? Let's just go to my notes over here. That's on that screen. Scroll down. Okay, so first of all, for the first time, in fact, you know what? I think I have something far better. Instead of me talking about it, let's hear me talk about it. Breaking news. A huge day for Scotland's independence movement. The SNP and Believe in Scotland have signed a historic agreement to work together for independence. It's called a Memorandum of Understanding, and it brings politics and people back together again. For the first time since 2014, the SNP and the grassroots will share research, coordinate campaigns and speak with one voice. John Swinney says this is a renewed moment of unity and purpose. Gordon MacIntyre-Kemp says it's about rebuilding momentum and getting that 2014 Yes family feeling back. This deal could be the spark that reignites the independence campaign. Politics, people, purpose, together again and ready to win Scotland's future. Yeah, this is good news, right? Because if any of you remember 2014, the best bit about it all was the people, that atmosphere, that whole family thing going on. Yeah, you know what? We got shouted at by the unions, you know, that's not us. We had a positive campaign. Listen, remember back to the day after the referendum, the two laddies standing in George Square, right? One of them sort of going, bring it on, give me all your austerity. You voted no, so bring it on, you brought it on yourselves. Do you remember that? What a positive attitude. I know you was disappointed, I know that you was like all the rest of it, but it doesn't matter. What this is about, this is purely about the people. This is about starting to galvanise us again. Now, there's going to be a whole bunch of folk out there that will be negative about this. Let them be negative about it. You know, it's just one of those things. People are going to be like that. They can't help it. Right, I've got 3 new songs which I've put together for tonight to actually celebrate. It's a trilogy of songs I'm going to play. One of them's a wee bit of a dancey one, and there's 2 sort of semi-rocky ones. I'll quickly go through the history of what's just happened. Then we'll play the first one. Then we'll talk about more stuff as well. Okay? So at the Blair Blether in Blairgowrie, which is kind of like their Yes hub in Blairgowrie, First Minister John Swinney and Believe in Scotland's founder Gordon MacIntyre-Kemp signed a Memorandum of Understanding, an agreement to cooperate in the campaign to deliver independence as a democratic will of the Scottish people. It sets up regular communication between the SNP leadership and the grassroots organisers. It commits to sharing research, evidence and campaign resources. It creates real coordination, something we've been missing for nearly a decade. We've got all under one banner. They are brilliant at organising the marches, and they're great at bringing speakers in, and they're great at keeping that razzmatazz and that festival going. They need to come into this. They need to come into this and be part of this. We can't have big organisations butting heads about this. We need them in, without a doubt. Okay. The other thing with all under one banner is they bring years of experience with regards to doing marches and rallies. Now, I have been at all the big events Believe in Scotland have done for the past couple of years. Their first march in Edinburgh was unbelievable. It was like right back to 2014. There was 25 to 30,000 people walking down the high street. Can you imagine that? Can you actually imagine what that feels like, having so many people around you and all feeling the same thing, all chanting the same thing? And it was so upbeat, it was so positive, it was so 2014. It was so 2014. And that's what people said that day as well. They said they felt it was like being back in one of the old marches. That's what we want. That's what we need. You do know that politics does not win liberty. They're just a mechanism. They're just part of it. It's you guys. It's the grassroots. It's the people doing that thing. And I keep talking about this 15 minutes of activism a day. It's so important. 15 minutes of liking, sharing, commenting. You don't need to be a creator. You don't need to put yourself in front of a camera like I do. You don't need to make music. You don't need to write poetry. You don't need to bake a cake live on TikTok and make a mess of it for indie. You need to get out and just speak to people when you're at the bus stop. You need to be sitting there on the bus on your phone, liking, sharing, sending, commenting, all these things. You know, that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. Right, let's just have a quick look at what else was on that part there. Right, so why does it matter with regards to politics meets the people again? So for a long time, we had government without movement, as in the government not moving within the grassroots movement. The only First Minister for years that really addressed regularly big events was Humza. Nicola did it on the night that the Supreme Court said nah. Right, she was out there at Holyrood giving it that. Okay, that was right there, and it was a powerful speech that she gave. But Humza was at both the Edinburgh and the Glasgow rallies for Believe in Scotland. And now I believe firmly that John Swinney et al. Ministers will be there for that one. And they should also be speaking to all under one banner for their Glasgow march like 3-4 days before the election. They need to be doing this. They need to be doing this because the momentum that we can carry right now, especially if we consider this going ahead to be a plebiscite. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? It'd be ridiculous. Right. What else did it say here? So for a long time we had government without movement. Holyrood kept governing well, free tuition, baby boxes, prescriptions, progressive police that protect the people, but somewhere along the line the connection faded with the independence movement. The fire that burned in 2014, the conversations on the doorsteps, the yes stalls, the feeling of something bigger than politics had drifted. This agreement that's been made aims to bring that energy back. It means strategy. It means soul again. It means the movement and the government are finally walking in the same direction. Gordon MacIntyre-Kemp will actually be that guy that does it. I've met him. I've been at meetings with him. I've been at events with him. And he actually sent me a beautiful email when he found out that I'm not well. Okay, I didn't expect that, and it was such a beautiful thing. So this man is human as well, right? Approachable and everything. His son Marcus is utterly brilliant at what he does. He does a lot of stuff behind the scenes, you know, so I think that it's important to know that they're genuine. They are not what do they call them? Gravy train people. Gordon does everything for nothing. Yes, they raise funds for Believe in Scotland, but a lot of that goes into getting the books made, getting everything done, getting the events raised and things. And I don't know about salaries for people that work there. There's bound to be some people that work for Believe in Scotland. However, that's by the by. It's a very well-oiled machine. Saorsa, me and the team, we're affiliated with them as a national yes group. We get to go to their online meetings. We get to work with them at their events. We get to do things like that. So that's what gives me the buzz that this is so good. So we're gonna play a song, okay, and we'll cue it up. Make sure that looks like I've got this little thing here. Let me just put this camera on it here, right? This is my processes. So this tells me how to start the live and making sure to push the right buttons. And this is for playing songs. So have a song queued. So let's cue it. It is queued. Okay. Then we have the song volume up. The music volume is up. And then we play, what's that? A green jingle. Okay.
The drums went quiet, the flags came down, our voices lost in the heart of town. The fire was there, but under stone, each dreamer fighting on their own. The streets remembered every name, but nothing ever burned the same. We waited tight through wind and rain for something to begin again. And somewhere in the silence, a heartbeat found its sound. A whisper grew to thunder. The people gathered around. We believe again. Our hearts are open. Our faith in us is never broken. We believe again. We rise as one. A new day born, the night undone. We believe again. The time is ours. The people's voice beneath the stars. The bridges built. The hands reached out. The fear gave way to hope, not doubt. From door to door, from glen to shore, we found the strength we lost before. No longer waiting to be told. The future's ours, the fire is gold. Together now the path is clear. The sound of home is drawing near. The distance disappears now. The rhythm pulls us in. The light of every heartbeat beats louder than it's been. We believe again. Our hearts are open. Our faith in us is never broken. We believe again. We rise as one. A new day born, the night undone. We believe again. The time is ours. The people's voice beneath the stars. We were never gone, just waiting, holding breath beneath the rain. Now the fire inside is waking, calling every heart by name. So lift your eyes, the dawn is near. The voice of Scotland loud and clear. We believe again, the light has come. The song of home forever sung. We believe again, our hearts are open. Our faith in us is never broken. We believe again, we rise as one. A new day born, the night undone. We believe again, this time it's ours. The people's voice beneath the stars.
Let me just double check. I've got to check. Yes, I pushed all the right buttons. Take the headphones off, though I need to add that to my procedures because they're really tight. But there's such a nice set of headphones, which is good. It means I can hear things properly. Yeah, that song there, what was that one? That was called Believe Again. Right, so I made that one. I don't make the music, right? I write the lyrics. And you can hate me as much as you want. I use a really decent AI and several other AIs to make the songs, all right? Because I have no musical talent whatsoever. I can tell it what I want it to sound like and bend it a little bit, okay, and shape the sound. But every one of the lyrics belongs to me. Okay, so that one there was all about believing again and believing in everything. The next one is actually an allegory. It's called The Loom, and it's about sort of like not letting us down. For fuck's sake, don't let us down. Okay, right, so how does everybody feel about this? I'm going to put a question out there. It'll take about a minute to start getting answers in from when I ask it. How do you all feel about this kind of merger that it's not really a merger, this sort of get together, this more sort of organised way of doing stuff that Believe in Scotland are going to have with the SNP, like the government, or the SNP, not the government, we can't say the government, but the SNP working with a major grassroots organiser. Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think that it's building walls, or do you think it's building bridges? Do you think that we should be building more bridges to Alapa, more to the Greens, Salvo, Liberation? How do you think that they're going to react to all this? Do you think that they will react in a positive way? Do you think that they'll react in a way that basically, I don't know, tell me, talk to me now. It should have gone through now and people should be typing, hopefully by now, their answers. So please, while I tell you about this.
Believe in Scotland are holding the first march and rally of 2026 in Edinburgh. Now, I have watched both the previous marches and they were brilliant. There'll be more information to follow about the speakers and all the fun events that will be taking place on the day. But for now, keep March the 28th open in your diary for Believe in Scotland's March and Rally in Edinburgh.
Yeah, that's first March, by the way. I hope everybody's got the time booked off. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be working it. But I'll probably be working it down at the bottom rather than walking the whole thing. The last All Under One Banner March really took it out of me. When I was when I walked the whole thing, I was just so excited to see everybody and talk to everybody and everything. But nah, I think I'll be down the bottom. And there's a few other people wanting to marshal it as well. So that I know within the Saorsa team, I really hope that they're okay to come and do it. So let me just go to the comments just now. Eddie, long overdue. You're absolutely right, mate. It's long overdue. I think this is a transformational agreement which will hopefully galvanise the movement and for us become stronger. Yeah, Bryce, you've nailed it. It should do. I want it personally to be a bridge builder. Because there's going to be people that are going to be sort of going, oh, look at that. That means that Believe in Scotland is pro-SNP. No, it doesn't mean that at all. If you look at the values of Believe in Scotland, they've been apolitical for all their time. Okay, they've never sided with one nor the other. They're very diplomatic with what they do, and they try their hardest to get everybody and represented in any of their events up on the stage, just like All Under One Banner do, So I'm very happy that this is happening, very happy indeed. Let's go back to my notes anyway just now, because there are things that I want to talk about. So, power of partnership, each brings what the other lacks. The SNP brings organisation, national visibility, MPs and MSPs, the ability to reach the media, and the institutions of power. Believe in Scotland brings heart, 143 local and national yes groups, billboard campaigns, social media power, days of action, and the human touch that no political party can replicate. Together they form something we've been calling for, a movement that is both professional and personal, both structured and soulful. This isn't about who leads, it's about who joins in. Every activist, every local group, every campaigner has a role. No one is above the movement, and no one is beneath it either. You know, that's something that we have to accept as well. What has just happened with my documents there? I pushed a button and it's changed the documents. Never mind. We're going to a song anyway. Right, I'm going to play you the next song. Oh, hang on a second. I'm hoping Swinney is ready to man up. No offence, but I feel he's been ignoring us lately. We're all Scotland, we're all one. Stephen, you're not wrong, okay? I feel very much along the lines of, I know John Swinney. I've met him a couple of times. I taught him to use the checkouts at Asda during the election last year when he came there, just for poops and peepees, basically. It was good fun, it was a laugh. He's not a bad guy. Has he been ignoring us? He's First Minister. I think that First Ministers and Ministers should be, if they're the SNP especially, should be more visible at national demonstrations for independence, national rallies, marches and things like that. I think they should send a senior representative to go and speak at every one of them. That's just me. I think that would be less ignoring us, without a doubt. Let's hope that this is the start of something different. Okay, we're going to play another song now, okay? And enjoy this one. Radio Saorsa, bringing you creamy, chocolatey sounds through the night.
Of silver, threads of shade, woven from the years we've known. Each strand a dream, each stitch our own. You set the loom, we held our breath, a pattern born from hope and death. We gave our trust, we gave our name to see the cloth made whole again. Then softly through the quiet sound of voices keep it safe, hold ground. The threads are strong, the weave is wide, but pull too hard and it will divide. We're with you now, the cloth is turning, every hand a lesson learning. We've come too far to tear it down, so listen close, don't let us down. We believe, but we're watching too, the pattern's ours, it's over to you. Standing firm, our faith is sound. Just don't let us down. Just don't let us down. seen. Remember what the colors mean. Each thread a voice, a heart, a vow. We're woven close. We're with you now.
See that? I even got my headphones off in time. The mic unmuted. I'm getting alright at this. I'm getting there. Ooh, ah. Right then, so that one there was called the Loom. It's all about like weaving and shit, right? And how easy it is just to take a thread and pull that thread and pull everything you've built apart. And it's a message to the SNP and to Believe in Scotland not to fuck this up, okay? That's what that's about. It cannot be fucked up because it's the step in the right direction. It's not after midnight. Shit. I promised my mum that I would not swear on the live things until after midnight. I keep forgetting that, didn't this is a much earlier show. I'm just looking to see if my mum's coming. No, I don't think so. We'll soon find out because she'll comment. She will comment. She's probably heard worse from me anyway. Right, yeah, so it's basically don't let us down. Okay, that's what it's about. It's about not letting us down. It's an allegory about making a great effort to build something, to create something beautiful, to weave something together. The Loom is what that song is called, right? And if you listen to the words, I will actually make videos of these with the words on them, and it'll be quite interesting. Remind me when I play the next song that I need to go and switch the tap off in the kitchen because it's dripping and it's doing my head in. Okay? Yes, I'm not in a professional studio, you know, I'm in my living room with a nice saltire behind me. Do you see that? There's a story behind that. That was finger painted on the day of the referendum by me and my children, and we've signed it and dated it and everything. It is an heirloom to the fam now. It's amazing. Right, anyway, let's talk about the Scottish Independence Congress. Have I got a button I can push? No, I didn't. Oh no, we can do this one again just because there might be some new... No, we don't have any new people in the audience. Okay, right. The Scottish Independence Congress, a new nerve centre. Believe in Scotland has also announced something remarkable, a Scottish Independence Congress. It will meet 4 times a year, 3 mini congresses and 1 national gathering open to yes organisations. The first is planned in November or early December, and the National Congress will follow in the new year. This will be the Parliament of the People, a national strategy hub where every pro-independence group from Alapa to the Greens to Salvo and beyond can come together to share ideas, coordinate campaigns and plan the path forward. No bosses, no gatekeepers, just Scots planning their future shoulder to shoulder, you know. This is really important. It's something that's missing. We're talking about getting together and doing stuff, but there's no getting together and doing stuff. This is getting together and doing stuff. This is moving the whole thing in a direction which is totally important. And I mean totally important, you know. So how does neutrality work in a partnership with a party? Well, by collaborating on independence education and mobilisation, right? Right, okay, by collaborating on independence, education, mobilisation, and never on party manifestos or candidate choices. So, Believe in Scotland have got nothing to do with the politics, but basically are all about the independence, education and mobilisation, never on influence in the manifesto or candidate choices. Why is neutrality important to reconnect to disillusioned supporters? It lowers barriers to re-entry. People can contribute without signing up to any party brand. And how are disagreements handled under neutrality? Well, we keep the focus on independence, on the independence case, park intra-party issues outside of the joint work stream. So think about this, right? If we as a team are focused on the goal, you know, how many times have you heard the phrase, keep your eyes on the prize? That's what that is. So if you have an argument with somebody about, no, I'm not doing that because he's Alapa. Well, who cares if they're Alapa? I'm not doing that because they're SNP, because they crapped on Alex. I'm not having anything to do with them. Well, get over yourselves. Get over yourselves, because it's about independence, all right? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what Salvo and Liberation are doing. It doesn't matter what the SNP are doing. It doesn't matter what the people that are putting the amendment in, the Tweeddale people that are basically going up to fight for a plebiscite on Saturday at a conference next week. It doesn't matter about all that. Okay, we need to focus on independence. Salvo's way is not the only way, okay? Liberation's way is not the only way. Plebiscite's not the only way, okay? I have gone on about this thing called the 3 pillars of independence for years. You have a political pillar. That's solid just now. That's the SNP. That's there, okay? You have the grassroots pillar. Okay, that's us, but we've lacked the cohesion and the organisation. We have the ability for that now, okay? And it's come together with the political pillar. Do you see that? It's strong. Scotland is strong. Now we need, guess what? The international lot to come together. So I would say, reach out to your Salvo Liberation mates. Tell them about this and say it's nothing but a good thing. You know, get them to come to the things. It's going to be awesome. Can you imagine? The entire independence movement? Okay, the one that's been fractured for so long by the big, looming, horrible entity called the Union. They've used their propaganda machine to bring us all together and then gone, hate each other. There's been too much of that. We need more of the good stuff, which is unity. And we get that. We get our independence. We need to use the tools that we've got. One of the tools is the SNP. I'll vote for them first on your first vote every single time. Get them into government again. If you want to vote for them second, vote for them second. That's cool. I don't care anymore. I really don't. I'll be voting for the Greens probably, because I want to put more bums on the seats that are pro-Indy. Okay, if you don't want to do that and vote the SNP, that's cool. But it doesn't matter, because the second vote to me is a plebiscite anyway. Okay, anyway. Let me go back to my notes. Dun, 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 dun. Where did we get to? Power of partnership, yes. Scottish Independence Congress, right. Political neutrality, yes. The John Swinney moment, right. We'll come on to the John Swinney moment in a moment, because I'm going to go and sweep off that, what's it called, tap in a second. Okay, so volume is up. Is this song queued up? Yes, it is. This song is queued up. Let us play. Oh, I'm going to listen to this jingle. I like this one. Oh no, it's not the one I thought it was, but we'll play it anyway. Radio Saorsa. We are only here for Scottish independence.
Morning homes through the open yard, coffee steam and a wellness bar. Old machines breathing lights come on, hands remember what they've done. Voices rise with the turning cranes, work boots echo familiar names. Every craft beneath this sky, lifting hope as steel meets light. When we work together, the rhythm holds, each heart a hammer, each word gold. We are rebuilding our land, hand in hand, from every shore across the span. We are rebuilding side by side. You're still a part of what's inside. No one forgotten, no one confined. We are rebuilding heart and mind. Come back now, there's work to be done. We are rebuilding everyone. You taught us how to lay the line, to measure twice and take our time. You may feel let down or worn or tired, but the craft still needs your fire. You stood in the rain when the plans were drawn. You showed us where the strength belongs. Your skill, your will, your guiding hand. We need you here to build again. Your hands still know the way things stand, the weight, the grain, the shape of the land. We are rebuilding our land, hand in hand, from every shore across the span. We are rebuilding side by side. You're still a part of what's inside. No one forgotten, no one confined. We are rebuilding heart and mind. Come back now, there's work to be done. We are rebuilding everyone. Every crack's a place for life. Every scar a sign we fight. We've learned from breaks, from strain, from time. The stronger steel still bends in line. Now all the tools are ringing clear. Old and young at the benches here. Plans on walls, new shapes in sand. We're raising something with our hands. The sound of progress, steady and kind. 1,000 hearts, one shift, one mind. Through every craft, through every stand. We are rebuilding our land. We are rebuilding our land, hand in hand, from every shore across the span. We are rebuilding side by side. You're still a part of what's inside. No one forgotten, no one confined. We are rebuilding heart and mind. Come back now, there's work to be done. We are rebuilding everyone.
I ran out of time there with that song. Are we working? Are we working? Yes, we are. Good, good. Listen, about rebuilding, all right? That was aimed at Alapa, Greens, Liberation, Salvo, all under one banner. Everybody. Speak to them. They are your brothers and sisters. They are our brothers and sisters. They are Scots, sovereign Scots, or whatever Scots you want them to be. But there are Scots, okay? Even the ones that voted no, they're still Scots. We have to live with them after independence. You know, they can be dicks to us all they like, okay? They've got nothing to lose. But we want to show them a better way. Regardless, that song's about building. It's about building together. It's about everybody coming together to build our country again. And that is what we should be doing. John Swinney moment. John Swinney called it a renewed moment of unity and purpose. And this time it felt genuine, somebody said. Oofty. After years of careful language and political caution, we heard something different. Leadership that sounded humble, collaborative, and ready to listen. Swinney knows the SNP can't deliver independence on its own. This is a recognition that power lies with the people and that the movement needs to lead again. That's us, by the way. That's all of us. When a First Minister says building trust and empowering people, it feels like a new chapter beginning. It feels like a government finally speaking the language of the movement again. So, what would undermine this reset? Reverting to top-down control or sidelining Congress outcomes would quickly erode trust. You know, so this is where we need to work together. This is where we're going to have to build bridges, etc., with our brothers and sisters, no matter what's happened in the past. It's something that we're going to just have to do. Is there anybody in Facebook land? Anybody watching? No, why is there nobody watching in Facebook land? Can I ask a massive, massive favour of everybody after this? Okay, I don't even know. I'm going to go and find my Facebook account just now and I'm going to stick it up in the side in the chat. Okay, come on, there we go. Is that in there? Hopefully this will do. Right, this is my Saorsa Scott Facebook account, right? Please go there after this live or now or whenever you want, okay? And just share this to as many groups as you can. Do you not think that it's really important that we have people speaking out about this? Can you not? This is not a streamer thing. Like and subscribe because I get money because you watch everything. I'm not monetized. I don't give a shit about being monetized. I've been doing this stuff since COVID streaming. I've been fighting for independence since I was 12. I'm 54 now. You know? I want this. I'm angry for this. I'm thirsty for this. I want it now. I want it yesterday. I want it really within the next decade, definitely, okay? But we need to work at it. We need to work at it. If you want it, you have to go and get it. And if you don't go and do something, then you've only got yourselves to blame when it takes friggin' ages to get it. So that little link there, that's me. Once we've finished this live, which will be in one song's time, or unless if anybody got a song they want me to play, I'll play it. You know, it can't be anything that I've not written. It has to be the shit that I know. Okay, because otherwise, copyright and stuff. Okay, yeah. Let's see what else was on my notes. Yes, we talked about the 3 pillars. Yes. The fine line unity without control. No, we don't need to go about that. Yeah, that's us. We're done. We're done with that, right? So please. Oh, while we're here, let me put this camera on. We also have all these. These are our socials. There's the YouTube. There is the Facebook. Facebook.com/Saorsa Scott. There is also... Oh, crap. What am I doing? What is going on? Hold on a second. Weird. I need a new keyboard. I just had a bunch of numbers come up from this whole... I must have been kneeling or something. Anyway, back to this. Okay, so... Weird. It's doing it on the keyboard when I push the button on the Elgato Stream Deck. I can deal with that. Yeah, anyway, that is the socials. There's a QR code there that takes you to my Lazy Links. The Lazy Links is just as good as that funny link thing that people join, okay? It's got all my socials in it, okay? We also have a Discord. Boom. If you want to be part of the Discord, come and be part of the Discord. You'll get into the Radio Saorsa part of it, and you can come and hang out. It also gives you access to the green room if you want to come and speak on the live. Okay? But you have to come and speak to me first because I'm the boss. I'm the boss of the studio. It's my studio, alright? You go and muck about in that studio, you get banned. Alright? That's how it works. You don't get a second chance. And then, about building bridges and shit, it might not happen as easily. We don't want that. Anyway, Discord, there's the QR code. Okay, please take a screen capture of that right now. All right, there you are. Magic. Okay, people seem to like this song, so we'll play this song. Hold on. What do we push first? The green one, isn't it? Is it that one?
Is ours.
independence, nothing less. That's what we're working towards. That's what it's all about. So we're going to wrap up just now. I just want to say that we have Act 2 of the... If you don't know, right, here's the thing. If you don't know, for the last week, this account has been broadcasting a rock opera that I friggin' wrote. Yes, it's called A Rock Opera for Tweeddale Part 1. Act 1, and then there's Act 2. Act 2 is broadcasting 24 hours a day. Actually, we'll just check this to make sure it's not come off. I'm just going to check the other computer with the same screen because I'm pushing buttons. Okay, let's check it out. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's working. Why is it not working? It's not been working for all that time. I fixed it hours ago. I'll go back and fix it. Okay. Basically, let me just bring this back then. It's the story of a disillusioned DJ stuck in his office who is an independence activist that is a bit disillusioned about the union and even the independence movement and the independence leaders, you know. So he plays his music, and the music's all related to the independence movement. All the jingles are related to the independence movement. I'm going to start actually using them in the shows, which would be cool, all right, because they all have little messages hidden in them, which is brilliant, right? And I did all this because I'm bored. I'm stuck at home. I'm not allowed out. I'm not well, all right? So I've got to... I do shit to keep myself sane. Anyway, part 2 goes on about the plebiscite and the Supreme Court saying our voices couldn't be ignored if we have a plebiscite and stuff like that. So go and have a look at them. They're worth it. They're worth looking at without a doubt. And then tomorrow at 12 o'clock, I'll be on the air. I'm doing a 12 o'clock show here to talk about Believe in Scotland again. And I'll be doing one on Wednesday and Thursday as well. And I'll probably, if it doesn't knock the shit out of me doing a 12 o'clock show, I'll probably do a late show on a Tuesday and a Friday. Yeah. And that's what I'm going to organise after this. I'm going to go and write my notes for tomorrow. And it's all going to be about Believe in Scotland and the Tweeddale Amendment this week and having plebiscites in the Supreme Court and stuff. I'm going to be repeating myself every day for the whole week in a different way. Okay? But listen, whoever's still here, Hootsmon, Adam, Henry, Eddie, Mystery, everybody, Bryce, you're amazing at admining, by the way. I swear to God, I want to hug you until you pop. You know, just one of those big hugs that you just go squeeze until you pop. Okay? You better still be here. That took a lot of effort, by the way, and you know that I'm not well with my lungs, right? Okay? And, yeah. Tomorrow, 12 o'clock, some music, some Believe in Scotland chat, daylight behind me, so I better tidy up the house, eh? Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, and good luck.
Try to stop the morning, but dawn will break the